Saudi Arabia has ambitious plans to reshape its cities and infrastructure over the coming decades. At the forefront of these futuristic visions is NEOM, a proposed mega-city project located in the northwestern corner of the country on the coast of the Red Sea. However, one aspect of NEOM has captured global attention like no other: a plan to construct the world's longest skyscraper, called The Line. Stretching over 170 kilometers from end to end, the line aims to house 9 million residents in hyper-dense housing along a central spine that merges seamlessly with the desert landscape. With zero cars or streets, the kingdom aims to challenge conventional notions of urban planning by creating a pedestrian-centric linear city that focuses on sustainability, livability, and human welfare. However, critics argue the technical and environmental hurdles involved may be insurmountable. Let's dig deeper into the ambitious plans and explore both the promises and skepticism surrounding this audacious megastructure that Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman hopes will be ready by 2030. A radical new approach to urban design. Conventional cities are spread laterally, consuming land and requiring transportation networks that fragment habitats and communities. The line aims to upend this model by concentrating the urban footprint and stacking functions vertically along a continuous, integrated development. The main concept is a continuous architectural structure up to 500 meters wide and running 170 kilometers north to south along the coast. Within this habitable skyscraper, housing, offices, schools, and leisure areas would be arranged to allow residents to easily access everything they need within a 5-minute walk. Additional functions like parks, agricultural zones, and reserves would be planned alongside to foster sustainability and well-being. By concentrating 9 million residents within a slender skyline that merges with the desert, over 95% of NEOM's total land area could theoretically be preserved as nature reserves. The idea is praised by sustainability experts for its focus on minimizing sprawl while maximizing green spaces and habitat protection. A radical departure from conventional infrastructure-heavy cities. The designers promise ultra-high-density housing with plenty of light, air, and communal spaces distributed neatly along the line's length. Automated transport pods beneath the structure would connect residents to different neighborhoods and allow seamless access to the entire 170 kilometers in under 20 minutes. This transportation system aims to eliminate the need for private vehicles and roads within the city itself. An AI and surveillance-powered smart city. According to the NEOM website, the line will be underpinned by cutting-edge technologies and autonomous systems to deliver an unprecedented smart city experience. With sensors everywhere and an absence of personal vehicles or public streets, the city would essentially function as a closed system, finely controlled through central infrastructure and data networks. Advanced artificial intelligence is touted as a core component, with neural networks and machine learning algorithms monitoring functions, optimizing operations, and enhancing residents' quality of life. For example, AI predictive maintenance is promised to reduce infrastructure failures, while AI routing software directs pods for seamless on-demand travel. Biometric scanners would identify residents as they move around the structure, allowing personal access to homes, transit, and services through centralized digital IDs. Extensive surveillance systems incorporating facial recognition, thermal cameras, and other sensors would monitor public areas for security purposes. The city would essentially run like clockwork thanks to this intense level of digitization, automation, and central control. Residents could allegedly focus on wellness, creativity, and work without worries of congestion, pollution, or failings in basic services, an alluring prospect for those willing to embrace unprecedented connectivity and monitoring. However, experts warn that the claimed benefits of an AI utopia would depend entirely on its governance. Totalitarian control or misuse of personal data on this scale could undermine the line's livability goals, especially in a kingdom criticized for restricting civil liberties and dissent. Maintaining order and oversight over millions of residents concentrated within a single infrastructure would also pose unprecedented challenges. Environmental and technical red flags. While the line's compact layout aims to spare land, the environmental impact of constructing a 500-meter wide, 170 kilometers long structure has raised serious doubts. It has been estimated that upwards of 1.8 billion tons of embodied carbon dioxide will be produced during construction. overwhelming any long-term sustainability benefits according to engineers. Extracting and transporting raw materials on this scale would severely tax local and global resources. The mirrored facades, meant to reflect light deep within the skyscraper, pose risks for birds, which may collide or become disoriented. Given the project's coastal location, researchers also warn that tidal flooding or sea level rise could threaten its foundations over the long run. More pressing may be sandstorms and high summer temperatures exceeding 50 degrees Celsius, presenting maintenance and livability nightmares. Experts also question whether enough renewable energy and water could realistically power and hydrate 9 million people concentrated within a single glazed structure. The designers are bullish that their NEOM city will be fully reliant on wind, solar, and hydrogen alternatives, but grid resilience over hundreds of uninterrupted kilometers remains doubtful. Technically, constructing a continuous reinforced concrete exoskeleton supporting hundreds of habitable floors along 170 kilometers of rugged desert terrain would require unprecedented engineering advances. Any structural weaknesses could have catastrophic consequences at this scale. Transporting materials, workers, and equipment efficiently within such constrained spaces similarly tests the very boundaries of construction logistics and techniques. Promises of a seamless, flowing urban experience also ignore intense challenges around waste disposal, emergency services access, pedestrian flows, and social behaviors within an environment of unprecedented density and confinement. The controls needed to manage millions within an isolated system poses ethical and human rights questions about personal autonomy and privacy. Is this new urban vision achievable? The line's 2030 completion goal means construction would need to begin within the next couple years to even approach feasibility. So far, NEOM as a whole has struggled to attract foreign partners and investments due to its high costs and political volatility risks. Project delays and rising prices already plague the fledgling megacity's initial infrastructure works. For the line in particular, actually engineering solutions to meaningfully address its extensive technological, logistical, and climatic challenges seems unrealistic within such a compressed timeline. Despite promotional assertions, the required advances across industries like materials science, robotics, renewable energy, data centers, and construction would likely necessitate far more time for R&D, prototyping and testing to prove out. The designers promise to release a more extensive feasibility study. However, skeptics argue realism may need to take precedence over ambitious fantasies if the goal is a sustainable and habitable urban development, rather than just conceptual renderings. For now, the line appears more like a work of speculative sci-fi, a theoretical experiment meant to capture minds rather than a grounded plan for immediate implementation. Assessing Saudi Arabia's big development gambles requires balancing both promise and practicality. Mega shifts in how cities are built are urgently needed worldwide, and grand visions can inspire leaps in innovation. Yet care must also be taken not to raise unrealistic expectations or squander resources. For NEOM and The Line to succeed where other mega projects have failed, hard questions around their technical and ethical limitations will need satisfactory answers based on real-world scientific standards, not just ambition and promotion. Only then can a future filled with such advanced urban technologies start to seem truly achievable. What are your thoughts on this futuristic proposal? Be sure to like, subscribe, and share your views in the comments below. Thanks for watching.